From all over the country, the very best accounting students converge on Sunway City. Over the years, Sunway College has developed thousands of successful accountants.
We are the largest provider of professional accountants to the Big Five in Malaysia. This is a serious profession, and at Sunway College, we mean business.
Hello, and welcome everyone to this session with ACCA and Sunway Test. Thank you very much for your time. I'm Brian from ACCA, Senior Education Manager, and I'm here on the invitation of Sunway Test to talk to one of their outstanding alumni. So please give a warm welcome to Miss Cheirly from a graduate alumni from Sunway Test. Hi, Cheirly.
Hi everyone.
Hello. Yes, this is the lovely Cheirly. Welcome. Thank you very much for your time. I think everyone is very eager to know who is the Lang Lei over here. So I'm just going to give you the floor and allow you to talk a little bit about yourself and when do you graduate and what you're doing right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, hi, I'm Cheirly. So I'm currently working as an auditor in the Big Four firm. So I graduate as an degree student for the last 2 years, I think, in the UK. So after the degree graduation, so I started my ACCA program in Sunway Test. For now, currently working as an auditor is in UI, Ernst & Young. So that's nearly a year in this career. So yeah, that's me.
Yes, okay. Thank you very much for the introduction, Cheirly. In case you didn't know, Cheirly is beauty and brains. As you can see, she is a prize winner for SBR, in top Malaysian prize winner and also a top affiliate in Malaysia. So congratulations very much, Cheirly, on your achievement there. So I think we'll start off with asking, how did you do it? How did you get prizes and you study so well that you can achieve such a high score for the top affiliate session? Could you care to share some of your techniques and secrets on what do you do in that case?
At first, I think I would like to say is paying attention in the class is really important. So normally, usually I would attend all the class during in some way during this ACCA period and paying attention, marking down the notes and any important points from the lecturers. Yeah, because Sunway lecturers is actually more competent and more experienced in teaching these papers. So they were like giving a lot of important points and explain it in more details so that you can learn it fast and also for after class, normally I will do my own notes and having maybe 1 or 2 hours for a revision every day. So I think studying every day is really helps you to easier to remember all the things, and also you will know which part that you are not understand or you feel that is more difficult, so you can ask the lecturer on the next day. So yeah, for my ACCA period is something I always do during that year. So and then for other skill is, I think time management skill is really important during this period. So you need to manage your time well, and despite like I'm having active social lifestyle, but I still can have enough time to study and to do revision at least maybe 5 days in a week. So yeah, this really helps you to tackle all the questions in the exam. So it's really helps.
That's great to hear. So you heard it from Cheirly, right? Study consistently every day and don't skip class. Don't skip class. Okay, that's very interesting. It's very interesting to note that you are actually from a degree, right?
Yeah.
So when you came to Sunway Test, you probably saw a professional exam I mean, the ACCA exam for the first time, now, right?
Mm.
So do you feel that there is a bit of a change when you went from degree and then you study ACCA? Was there some challenges that you faced, and how do you overcome in that sense?
For that, yeah, it's a bit change between like degree and ACCA papers, because degree maybe like more flexible time and more interaction uh with your friends or what. But for ACCA, because I'm taking the full time course in Sunway, so maybe within the 3 months you need to complete the papers. But then there's a switch, but then you also, I think, discipline. Yeah, it's really need to be a disciplined person when studying for ACCA papers. So you can have a active lifestyle, but you still need to study. So yeah, that's my point. I think that's my way to tackle this.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Shirley. I want to ask, do you face any? I know you're prize winner, lah, very very smart one, no? But you probably have faced some challenge before when you were studying. Could you care to share a story on something that you faced? Maybe you had some issue, but you managed to overcome it while you were studying. Because I think a lot of our audience, they think that ACCA is quite challenging, lah. So to hear from you would be great on that motivation, how to overcome and continue.
Yeah, for ACCA is actually, yeah, it's not an easy papers, but the way to like understand study for this paper is really, how can I say, is like you need to do your own notes and also study a lot. But the materials prepared by Sunway test lecturers is actually sufficient for us to prepare for the exam. So during that time, I didn't go out or like go somewhere else to ask for any reference book or any other materials to study ACCA. But for difficulties, I think for SBR papers is more is more difficult for among these 4 professional papers. But then how can I say, it's like every day I will do my own notes and also mark down every keywords that mentioned by the lecturers. So once you know the keywords in every definitions of those standards, you will easily get marks in the exam. Yeah. Once like you just wrote down those keywords, or you don't need to have a very professional or very comprehensive language or a sentence in the exam, but then you need to write down the keywords. I think this really helps me to get marks in the exam.
Okay, so we have a pro tip from a pro student over here, prize winner student. You got to mark down your keywords, and you feel that Sunway's support is more than enough for you to pass with flying colors here. So I want to talk about motivation. Do you feel that taking ACCA was worth it in this case? What was your motivation to take ACCA, and do you feel that it's worth it now that you have joined the workforce and you are like on your way to become a member, right?
Yeah. I think, yeah, taking ACCA is really worth it in your work life actually, because currently I'm doing as an auditor. So while you have the ACCA knowledge in advance, like before you start your career, it really helps you to understand more and which area you need to focus more while you are doing the audit. Or others and audit like accountings is also really helps you to more understand in the standards, so you can easily get like something, how to say, get well in your workforce. So yeah, in your work life. And while our seniors or manager ask about the topics or the standards, as an ACCA student, you can easily answer it really. So it's more like knowledgeable. I think it's really
So
helps.
So you're saying that thank you very much, Shirley. So you're saying that ACCA perhaps gives you an edge when you're doing your job, like an advantage when you're doing your job in your firm. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, that's really great. So we're gonna go back to your time at Sunway Test. What do you feel is like one of the key benefits of studying at Sunway Test? Do you feel that the environment is good? Maybe on campus, maybe the lecturers. Do you have any favorite moments that you have while during your time at Sunway Test?
I think for the first of all is I choose Sunway Test because I feel that studying Sunway Test is really good because the lecturers, most of the lecturers, they have their experience in teaching these papers at least like 5 to 10 years, and they will know which topic and or maybe like which topic the students normally don't understand it. So they will explain it in more details and will like answer to your question more in more meaningful, more details that. And also what can I say is that lecturers have their own style to deliver the knowledge to us, and their styles is make like everything they say is more understandable to us. And also studying in Sunway Test, I felt there's really no need to worry about those notes or materials or lectures that's not sufficient for you to prepare for the exam. So it's really good. And for most memorable experience in Sunway Test, I think is lecturers is not that kind of boring. So sometimes they will share a lot of interesting news or some latest news that can help us to answer in the question, because like ACCA papers, some of them will need you to write down, maybe like apply the latest news at what is the current situation happening and something like that. Yeah, so lecturers helps a lot.
Okay, that's great to hear. You mentioned something to do with current knowing what's current issues. So do you get this from your lecturer? Do you explore this from yourself as well? Do you like read up on current issues that's happening around the world or something? And how does this affect your studies for ACC?
And yeah, I have studied and looked into the current issue because something like for the case, like I think it's more on the standards, that something new standard coming out, and they will have some have a news in the Europe country or what, or is shared by like there's shared by our lecturers. So for me, I think helps in the SBL papers for like strategy business, that one, that papers is more applicable in this.
Okay, thank you. It's very interesting to hear your study story because you mentioned earlier the SBR was the most challenging paper, yet you win a prize in SBR. So, well, maybe you put more effort
I
into
put more
SBR and then
effort.
a lot more effort. You feel a bit scared, but you put more effort and then you get prize winner. Do you expect to win a prize when you were studying?
No, not really,
Oh,
not expecting to win a prize actually. Yeah,
oh, okay.
but some of my friends will say like encourage me to uh study hard. They say that like maybe it's easy for us to get the prize. Yeah, I don't know, so I challenge it myself.
Okay, okay. See, so it's like, wow, just go on with the flow and they can get prize. Wow, fantastic. Okay. So I want to talk about your career as you're working as auditor, and
Yeah.
obviously you are ACCA affiliate now. You're going to get your membership in some time, right?
Mm.
So do you feel that your membership prepares you for the future as far as your career is concerned? Like, do you plan to stay in audit, or like how do you feel your membership facilitates your career progression there? So
Mm,
like becoming a member, is that important to you?
yeah, I think becoming a member is very important because you can have more exposure and more exposure in your firm, I think. So it also can helps me to uh further up my career, and maybe for this audit industry, I'm not sure how long can I stay, but it's more beneficial for your future to maybe sometimes you want to like switch to other job or what. It's easier for you to look for the new job or the job that you want. So yeah, so getting the membership is necessary for me, I think.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, so membership, according to Shirley, is very important to get. It's definitely within your goals, right? Uh,
Yeah.
so just maybe talking to some of the potential listeners out here that are considering taking ACCA or considering their future in accounting, can you give like some pearls of wisdom, like two or three things that you would tell your juniors? This is the things that you should do, and why ACCA is valuable in that sense. Yes, any advice that you might have for people coming from degree or maybe even younger, you know?
Mm, any advice? I think you can have a research on this paper first, but then don't um don't think that it's really difficult paper. Is there's a way to tackle the questions, I think, and be more disciplined, and also develop the time management skill is really uh, helps you to study in this paper. So for your work life it's also useful because ACCA will have a lot of knowledge, and the theory base is really useful while you are doing in the doing your job in maybe like in audits area or accounting industry. And also have advice is have a clear mindset to yourself to like maybe you just need to suffer and be more hardworking during this year for the four professional papers, and then you can enjoy your life in the future for forever. Maybe like you can last longer for after you have got the ACCA papers. So yeah, um, for any others, I think is paying attention and also mark down the keywords. It really helps because ACCA normally the lecturer will say that it don't needs maybe like good language in your English, but then you must have your keywords in the answers so that you easily get the marks from there.
Yep, and I think Shirley, as a prize winner, would definitely know how to get marks. She got that down to an art. Uh, so that's definitely true. I like the fact that you say that what you study in ACCA is actually relevant for your work. I think
Mm,
that's something on a lot of students' mind. Am I studying something worth it? And
yeah,
it's relevant to your work.
really worth
We
it. Really.
mm, Okay, thank you. We have a question from the floor from Miss Alia. So Miss Alia says, may I know what is your opinion to take maybe one or two AC papers during your final year of degree? Is it possible? Yep. So what do you suggest, Shirley?
During your final year of degree, I
Mm,
think yeah, I can suggest that you can take the optional ACCA papers during your degree because the compulsory paper is more difficult and more things to study during that time. And for optional papers, normally there's more calculation part and it's more easier to understand and also relevant to our degree modules actually. Like for I was taking the ATX, taxation and also the financial management. It's actually linked to my degree module, so it's really easily to understand and also you can tackle the question easily.
So you do recommend that they try a paper during the final year of degree. That's great to hear. You mentioned your optional papers being tax and AFM. Any particular reason why you choose those papers? Leh?
And why I chose for AFN is because I like financial management and also am more interested in the finance parts actually. So I took that papers. And for taxation is and also for taxation I think because I want to learn about like some other things other than audit or some other than theories. Taxation is more applicable to our life. So I chose that also.
Oh, applicable to your life. So you plan to be entrepreneur or something in the future? Okay.
Yeah,
Or
not sure.
not sure. Okay, all right. That's great. Thank you very much for the question from the floor. I think Shirley has shared quite a lot of insight as to her studies and things like that. So we got another question from Miss Ajit C.K. Teo. So the question is, do you need to take audit paper to go to audit firm?
Actually don't need. Yeah, because an audit firm because you have already completed your ACCA papers is actually they won't like make you to compulsory take the audit paper. But if you haven't completed your ACCA papers, there's a necessary paper to take during in the audit firm because they are sponsoring us. Yeah.
So if you're sponsored by the audit firm, they probably might ask you to take audit in that case,
Mm,
right?
yeah.
I can add on a little bit, just a small bit. My own experience was if you I took uh AFM and APM. The reason why I take those papers is because I like those papers lah. Yes, I like the
Yeah. Wow.
I take AFM because I want to learn how to be rich. So all the technique on how to manage money is all there. I took APM because honestly I don't need to 不用背这样的 no need to memorize so much 还要 APM is a very much application a thinking style kind of paper lah. So I took AF. So I also managed to join audit firm. So to answer your question, Mr. Ajit, you do not need to take an audit paper. What do you suggest they take then? If let's say a student come to you, Cheirly, what should I take? Option paper, which one,
Yeah, actually, I would suggest for to take the ATX and AFM because
Wow.
really I like these two modules in the papers. And for audit, if you have taken the foundation for fundamental audits paper, I think it's enough for us already. Unless like you think to like explore more and to enhance your audit knowledge and so that you can apply to your job like as an auditor. But for AFM and ATX, it also helps you to in the job. Like for us as an auditor, we also need to know about finance part, how they calculate this, and also taxation part, how the company tax, how the tax rebate or tax relief they got. So how do we compute the tax? Yeah. So it really helps. And I would definitely recommend for these two papers.
Okay, that's great. I have another question. I have another question from someone, and he says that do you find it challenging to study the ATX Malaysian variant, knowing that you are a UK graduate?
Um, Actually, it's not a big variance between the UK tax and also Malaysian tax because during my degree in UK, I have taken the tax in UK also. But then normally their computation of tax or like calculation part is almost the same. And maybe sometimes just like you need to memorize the tax rebates or tax relief that provides by our government in Malaysia because there's different with UK government. So yeah, it's not that really hard to tackle it.
Okay, so that's good news for those of you who are coming from maybe studying other types of tax. The local variant is definitely doable according to Shirley over here. You just need to make a small adjustment as to how you study, right? In that case. So while we are waiting for any further questions, if you would ask you for your life motto, like how would you what would you say to someone? What drives you in this case? What would you say to this person?
Something like I think is to suffer for maybe few years, 1 to 2 years, but you can really be more beneficial in your future life. Yeah. So don't waste your time to maybe play or what. Just like studying for 1 to 2 years for these papers, it really helps you in the future and also getting a job and getting a better job and also like a passport to you to get the job that you want. Yeah. So like instead of the company choose you, but you choose the company.
Oh, that's a very good. Like, so you choose the company, and it's like, wow, you get all the offer, then you get to choose the company. That's great to hear. I have another question posted here, and it says, what is your experience studying SBL, which is a 4-hour exam? Was it particularly challenging, or how do you overcome that type? It's a very long exam. It's 4 hours exam, right? So how do you do
Yeah.
that?
Actually, for my SBR experience, is really not that good because at first I really panicked during the exam.
Oh, okay.
The first hour, but then because SBL is more you need to apply the current issues and also the question that's maybe difficult to tackle it, but need to be calm in the exam and also read the question well, read the paragraph well, so you can find out the keywords or maybe the keywords in the paragraph that will tell you which that will guide you how to answer this question, something like this. So for 4 hour exam is enough for me to write all the question. I write out all the answers, but then your answers must be short and also comprehensive. Don't I think don't need to write quite a long sentence or long paragraph during the papers.
Okay, that's great. So that's a pro advice from a World Prize winner. Keep your answers short. Yeah, don't need to write so chong hey, don't need to write so long answers. Keep them short and to the point. I'm gonna ask you just a further question, like you study. How do you unwind or relax and get yourself, regenerated when you cannot obviously study all the time, sure burn out one, right? So
Yeah.
what do you do? Do you recommend, like do you earlier we talked about like you exercise or you go for walks or you hang out with your friends, like so what do you do to de-stress when it comes to this kind of thing?
Yeah, it's really like exercise and also hang out with friends to maybe get some beers or chilling out during the weekend. So to recharge yourself and maybe like during the weekend I will recharge myself and for the weekdays so I can continue study and the mood is clear and to have a to have a clear mindset that what to do and what to complete during the weekdays so that you can enjoy during your weekends. something like this. So
Oh,
yeah.
very good. So it's a better balance. You say, okay, I'm going to enjoy my weekend, so I'm going to work at this level, right? Okay, so I have another question here. Do you appreciate that? What is the benefit that SBL brings to you in the workplace? How does SBL specifically this paper support you in your work in your current job right now?
For my current job, SBL, something more on like leadership style thing. But for SBL, I think not. Wait, let me think about it. For the like business acumen or the communication skills and also the skepticism. Yeah, it's really important for us as an auditors to have this skepticism in your work life. Yeah. So for SBL knowledge, so far is something like this. I couldn't think. Yeah, much for this.
Okay, that's a great answer. So, in case those of you who are not aware, we definitely have professional skills built into the SPL paper. It's worth about 20 marks, and what they do is they will make you think about some of the skills that you need to show in the real life workplace, like skepticism, which is very important for auditors, and business acumen, which means a good understanding of the business, and also communication. Because one of the things that accountants need to do is not just know all the technical stuff, which we need to know, but also how to effectively communicate it to people who might not necessarily be accountants. We need to be able to tell a good story over there. All right. So that's thank you very much, Cheirly, for all your answers over here. Do you have any parting words to tell our listeners for tonight?
Parting words.
Any like final motivations that you would like to share?
Yeah, be more hardworking and disciplined is really, yeah, really
All right.
helps.
I also will be more hardworking and disciplined. I think these few days are not hardworking and disciplined enough. Sit at home like MCO like that. Okay. So with that, I think we will thank you very much, all of you, for logging in. Thank you very much, Cheirly, for answering so many difficult questions and really showing off what an awesome person you are. And we will thank you very much, and we will catch you next time. Thank you everyone for signing in, and we'll catch you next time. Thank you very much, and bye bye.
Thanks.